I like my Lurrus control decks with a little more skull clamping. Okay, welcome back, vintage gamers, to an off-stream recording. Last night I was going to stream the first ever vintage throwdown event, which is a new replacement for prelims that makes them a little less qualifier points heavy, a 5-round schedule event. If you want to try to fire one of those in the future, they are in the same time slot as prelims, so some of those are good, some of those are bad for different regions around the world. But Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, and Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. Those are your new throwdown slots. Throwdown, 5-down scheduled tournament. A little bit higher pricing than a league. So if that interests you, I will definitely try to fire those in the future. Because that did not fire last night, we did not get a stream last night because it was a little bit late. So I am going to record this off stream for your viewing on Friday. This will be when this airs. Another thing to note is if you are in the Northeast on Sunday, this Sunday, there is going to be a Vintage Open at ELD's Time Vault Games, which I will be attending. You can see it in the banner down here. Full proxy. Let's get some vintage scene going in the Northeast again. The ELD does Wednesday night vintages as well. I won't always be able to attend those. It's not exactly close to me, but it is closer than it was in the past, and I'd love to get a vintage scene going in the Northeast again. So, Sunday, Vintage Open at ELD's Time Vault Games. So, what do we have today? Today, we have Esper Lurrus, but with a twist. I'm going to play an Ajani version, a SKULLCLAMP version. Some people were asking for this. I had already brewed this up before, and I hadn't gotten to stream it, so this is going to be my new testing home for Voice of Victory. I'll just do this little whoop. Voice of Victory is this new card from Tarkir. It's a Grand Abolisher effect. It's a 1/3 human bard. Opponents can't cast spells on your turn, and it has this very pivotal Mobilize 2, which is going to be when you attack, you get 2 1/1 red attackers with it that go away end of turn. What I see when I see 2 1/1 red attackers that go away end of turn is I see SKULLCLAMP fodder. Seems like a very nice way to generate some cards. And then I also see a red permanent for my Ajani. Ajani is a flip planeswalker that sees a lot of play in other formats. It's a crazy grinding control engine. It's a 1/2 that creates a 2/1, and when any cat dies, you flip it over, and it's got all these kinds of abilities on the planeswalker. You can make those cats get 1/1 counters. You can make a 2/1 cat, and you can even have this Cataclysm type effect. When you can use the 0 to make a 2/1 cat, if you have a red permanent other than the flipped Ajani, who is red, you will deal damage to the number of creatures you control to any target. This is very, very powerful, and it's hard to do because in other formats, you just play Boros Energy, right? You play your red and white creatures, and you play your Goblin Bombardment, and everyone's happy. In Vintage, it's hard to play the red part of this deck. You could play 4-color, but then I think the mana base is very sus. Because you need to play black for Orcish Bowmaster. Orcish Bowmaster is the only way to enable SKULLCLAMP so that you can kill opponents' Orcish Bowmaster. Not the only way, but it's by far the most effective way. So I think you need to be playing black. But playing red and black and white and blue is quite hard. So I actually am very interested in the idea that this Voice of Victory, a white card that makes red permanents, could be a nice little way to make sure our Ajani is online. We've tried things in the past. If you remember Black-White Cats deck, I had a card called Glimmer Lens, which was maybe it wasn't called Glimmer Lens. I think it was called Glimmer Lens. It was a white artifact that makes a rebel token that was red. So I was doing similar things there. When we get pushed into black for Orcish Bowmasters, we get into a somewhat combo element with Vampiric and Demonic, which actually works really well with Voice of Victory. Voice of Victory means you can do a combo on your turn. But Johnny and some of the other cards that play well with Voice of Victory aren't really combo cards. So how do we reconcile this? Well, let's bring back in the Twister. So this way we have an uncounterable, theoretically, Orcish Bowmaster Twister combo in our deck. Also just, heavy delve spells, Ancestral, SKULLCLAMP. Those are also pretty powerful things that can't be interacted with when we have a Voice of Victory in play. So those are the ideas. We're going to play kind of an Esper aggro tempo controlling deck that has some plan B combo elements to it. See if we can utilize this Voice of Victory and subsequently a Johnny to make a pretty compelling Lurrus the Dream Den deck. I have a very high opinion of Ajani. I know other people don't, but this card does wonders when you get it going, especially in matchups where you're playing a Lurrus mirror. It's really, really powerful. So we are going to go skull clamping today, much to the applause, I assume, of all the boomers who have been asking for me to put skull clamp in every random deck that's ever existed. This deck is specifically geared to try to make this very old card now more applicable in today's modern world. I'll see you in round one. The legendary NYSE Open returns to Long Island in New York. This 9th installment will be a 15 proxy, $500 entry fee tournament where the top 8 will return home with 8 pieces of real unlimited power. Black Lotus, Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, and all 5 Moxins will be part of this celebration of vintage. At 100 players, there'll be an additional wacky draft with classic booster packs from Ice Age to Onslaught, the NYC Trophy, Karn Altars, $1,000 in giveaways, dealers, and much, much more. Check out the link below for all the details. I hope to see you there. Let's battle. All right, nothing like a little vintage to start your day. Nothing like a cat. I got a cat, I got forces, I got days, I'm in. Sold. Sold. Sold to the farmer in the fields. Love it. Well, I don't love it. It's okay. We're gonna get dredged, aren't we? Oh, that is something to know. I have abandoned wastelands. Maybe that's silly. Maybe it's not. I wanted to have full Moxen to play all my X and 1 cards. I wanted to play 4 Lorien Reveals to up the blue count. So it is a little... I did play the Strip Mine, of course. I am still tutoring. But it is definitely no 4 Wastelands. That was a choice I made. We'll see how it works out, though. All right. I got hard cast days. The best days. Probably not, but... Probably would want to hard cast the days here so I can start pushing towards Lurrus. All right, what do you got for me? You got a fetch land and a jet and no Lurrus. Combo. Beseech. Doomsday. Ancestral Recall. I like that one. Guess we're not buying Lurrus. Gonna wait till the upkeep to play around negation, and then I should be able to beat Flusterstorm as well. So I think an upkeep seems good to me. Resolvers. No lands, but we have 2 forces and a days up now. Lots of swords, so I kind of hope there are sword targets, but I'm not optimistic. Oh, I see. Is it bug or is it oaf? It's oaf. I did sneak a prismatic ending into my main, which is my one way to deal with a resolved oath. Post board, I have a bunch of priests and seals and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to force it. I'm gonna force, and I'm gonna pitch the cruise because I'm so far away from the cruise. And then I am going to cycle. Okay. I think I'm gonna just wait on the Lurrus, and just that way I can hold up hard cast negation. Yeah. I just have to hope nothing actually resolves. That's the problem. Another one? Another one. Swords here is not ideal. Playing around Spell Pierce? No. Still playing around Daze, though. Alright, 1 for 1. That's not bad. If I can get another mana here, I can hard cast a force again. That's okay. I'm going to cast that. I think it's stronger as a cast. Ooh, Island, Misstep, Bowmaster. None of these are progressing my game substantially. I think I'm still in to keep them, though. What I'll do is I'll take the Mental Misstep now, so I have Force Days, and then I'll take the Island next turn, so I have Hardcast Force. And then we'll play the Bowmaster. Instant speed. They can't have that much more payoffs, right? Demonic Tutor. All right. Hopefully they get Ancestral. But if they get the third Oath, then I have to force it. And they are still playing around Daze. If they get Show and Tell, I can Daze it. And if they get Ancestral, I have Misstep. They went for Show and Tell. All right. I had the Daze the whole time. Cool. All right, so now we get to draw the island. We start attacking, and we have Hardcast Force, which will be very apparent because I'm going to... Maybe I won't hold up Hardcast Force. You know what? I won't hold up Hardcast Force. I don't think this Misstep is that good. I don't think there are that many targets for it, so I think I'd rather get my attacking engine, especially now that I can't really play around creatures existing. Oh. That's unfortunate. Well, my opponent has a Mistrise Village. My all counterspell game plan has been foiled. I get to at least put the Lurrus in and swords the Traxa, so it's not the worst thing that's ever happened, but it is bad for me. All right, how bad is it for me? They found another Oath and a Vamp and a Beseiju and a Force. All right, it's bad for me. I know. I see that now. All right, my opponent chose Strip Mine, Oath, Force, Mox, and Atraxa. Strip Mine, Oath, Force, Mox, Atraxa. All right. The Oath is going to be uncounterable, unfortunately, on the next turn here. And all I have is a Bowmaster. Oh, yeah. Things are bad. Things are very bad. Mistrise Village, huh? Got me. What is this? I guess it's better to just shoot the Bowmaster now. In case it gets countered, I could replay it. Because I'm going to pitch cast this Force anyways, and it's going to get countered anyways. What is this? Oh. You ripped Ancestral for turn. Okay, well, I could have played around that. You're going to pitch your Atraxa to make your Ancestral resolve? No? Okay. Well, no. I mean, my counters don't do anything, so that's a big win for me. I can't believe they drew Ancestral for turn. All right. So they still have Force. They still have Strip Mine. They still have Oath. And they're going to make their Oath uncounterable. I mean, if we draw Twister, we win, right? Oh, I guess not. I guess it gets countered by Force. Also, this is my only white source, so I can't swords the next Atraxa. Oh, did you draw a Show and Tell? I'm confused. 4 mana? Are they trying to cast Atraxa? No, they cast an Oath. Okay. Oh, and a stock up. I see. Seems bad for me. I don't have enough to kill my opponent here. They gain 7 life off the first Atraxa. It looks pretty doomed. Time Walk into Twister? I mean, I could just get countered no matter what I do here, right? I have no returns for my Lurrus. That is going to happen if my opponent counters no creatures, and I don't have no SKULLCLAMP. Don't have any baubles or anything in this deck. Yeah, looks real bad. I don't have a Caracas in my build either. I could theoretically put a Caracas in my build, but... Alright. Let's just cast the swords and see how it fares, because I don't think it matters, though. This is definitely a matchup that I'm trying to win post-board or tempo out in the first game. The fact that my opponent had uncounterable Oath was not great for me. So, point to Mistrise Village, I guess. That was not a very good counter. That was not very good Atraxa. Hmm. They do have Vamp. They chose not to Vamp. They could theoretically have Vamp for a Time Walk, right? Maybe they just have a Time Walk already. I think the game is garbage time now, sadly. Oko. You turn off the Bowmaster? No, you turn off the Lurrus that has no targets. Got it. Sure. I guess theoretically my opponent has no force here, considering what they hit. So Twister might do it. Lorien revealed. Yeah, try it. Lotus Twister. Another Bowmaster. And another fetch land. Okay, I'm dead. Yeah. I don't know. We put up a good fight there. Just didn't work out. We have some nice cards for the matchup with 2 Flusters and 3 Priests. I am ready for the matchup. I don't think I want any swords. I want all my ability to find these. I don't think I want Island. Don't really need Bowmaster that much. Neither are, I mean, Voice and Johnny are both not that good either, but maybe I'll trim pair of Bowmasters. How about that? Well, they let me hold up counter spells. They're probably better than trimming. It's probably better to trim a Voice and a Johnny in a matchup where we want to play instant speed anyways. Let's do that instead. I've never really liked No Rod in this matchup. I think they have too many ways to remove it. Doesn't really do much. I guess I could theoretically counter mana with Consign and also Atraxa triggers, but it's not very enticing either. I'd rather just... Well, I'm going to keep it, but I don't think it's particularly good. A little bit too much mana. I doubt that they care about this at all because it doesn't, I mean, they're not going to counter spells on my turn anyways. So it's just a 3 damage clock, which is not bad. Turn 1, 3 damage every turn is not bad, but certainly not good. A SKULLCLAMP would be my best draw, probably. Orchard. Yeah, SKULLCLAMP is my best draw. Okay. Well then. I mean, this is the combo. Get in for 3. I had a turn 1 Mox, turn 1 Voice, turn 2 SKULLCLAMP, draw 4. Okay. Here you go, deck. I see you. Let me just fetch away here so I have less chances of drawing the cards I don't want. Draw lands. Alright, I will clamp a warrior token. Draw 2. I'll clamp a warrior token. Draw a blue card. Fuck. Alright. I drew so many lands. Unfortunately, I don't have the double force, which I was hoping to hit here. Don't know what to do about that. Die, probably. Well, I got a lot of answers to that. Yeah, force backup. Yep. I mean, I need to hit force blue card there on my draw 4, but I still have containment priests to hit, and they're uncountable on my turn, so. And I have spirits to sacrifice as well. Okay, that's a good one. So let's go land, fetch, see, vamp. I think it's better to just guarantee the containment priest. Attack. Maybe not. Maybe I'm supposed to... Well, I have to... If I want the containment priest, I have to make sure I vamp, right? So... Hopefully the second card's a blue card. Alright, blue card, sweet. So now I have a containment priest, uncounterable on my turn, because the opponent can't play any spells. All right, this is deck working at peak capacity. This is very promising. This is exactly what we were looking for. We're looking for the off-color Moxen usage, turn 1 voice, Skull Clamp, draw 4 every turn, uncounterable spells that matter, and they're dead. Okay, that was really impressive. That was exactly what we wanted. Also makes me wish I maybe include more Voice of Victory. Maybe I just want another Voice of Victory instead of an Ajani in this matchup. I didn't bring in the Seal of Cleansing. Okay, fine. I'm bad. I'm bad at the game. My bad. I talked about the Seal of Cleansing when we were talking about sideboarding, and I just didn't bring it in. It was hiding in my Swords to Plowshares pile. All right. That's another one of those uncounterable spells with Voice of Victory that we're looking for here. All right. Sorry, my bad. My bad. Didn't need it. Never needed it. Not once. All right. All right. All right. Game 3. Double force, triple force. I have to keep it. That's just how this matchup goes. My opponent is an all-in combo deck. Actually, very similar to like an Oopsal Spells, even. Though Stock Up has maybe changed it slightly. I didn't feel like it. When I tested, I didn't feel like Stock Up changed it that much in terms of... Which is weird, because I feel like it's one of the better Stock Up decks. But still feels pretty all-in, is how I would say. Put a mulligan to 6. We want to see as many mulligans as we can. They go well with what we're trying to do here. And then we want to find a mana. A Mox off the top is our best draw by a lot. All right, what do you got for me? I guess opponent could just like wait, man, play the Mysterized Village, but that's not really the play pattern of my opponent's deck. So Demonic Tutor is a good one if I can cast it. Not a good one for my triple force plan. That is another problem I have with this deck is there are not enough blue cards. I mean, there are enough blue cards. There's 14, 17, 23, which is enough, but I want more. You know me. Especially when you're playing control, you just want as many as possible. All right, well, the good news is Dig Through Time, as always, is just a pitch spell. You just pitch it to force. Dig Through Time, it's no stock up, you know? Demonic Tutor. I think I'm actually just going to hit this one with a negation. It's too bad if I like let them play Ancestral at a timing of their choosing here. I really don't want that. Especially if I miss a land drop here. Can't make it on their turn. Containment Priest, okay. I mean, that's a good card. I just need lands. It's also not a blue card, again. Lotus. Yeah, I think I'm dead. Null Rod is fine. I'm okay with that. They just turned off the Skull Clamp plan, but that's okay. I mean, I'm going to draw Moxen now, but I don't care about Null Rod. Yep, sounds about right. Game, why? I have so many mana sources in my deck. None of these are blue cards either. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're still in this game. The game is not over. I drew a other 2-drop that is not blue. How is that possible? I mean, there are a lot of them. Mental misstep. My my artifact that's turned off here is not an ideal play. I feel like this is a very unfortunate set of variants, but I would keep this hand every single time, so I'm going to keep triple force against Oath, and I just need to hit one land over the course of the game. Oh, they vamp for Strip Mine? What a beast. All right, I see you. The one of Strip Mine. Ah. Safe again. Also still only have one force up. But my opponent's not doing anything fast because that's my opponent's entire deck. All right, hit land finally. I am going to make it hard for them to choose things, and I'm going to play the Voice of Victory. All right, got the force out. This is exactly what I envisioned for this card. Get my opponent to use their forces on it. They got rid of show and tell for it. That's fine. I don't actually care about the card. It's just a nice to have. It's more of a force bait than anything. And now I'm cooking where they have one card left in their hand, 3 mana, and I still have up to 2 forces. Lorien revealed. Great. I think I'd rather find the land than I would anything else here. And then what I'll do is I'll hit Demonic Tutor and I'll get that Ancestral Recall. So now I have 2 blue cards, 2 forces. I have Containment Priest. I have Ancestral. We're cooking. Negation. I'd still rather play this at instant speed, gum up their turn, hold up my own negation. So let's just go to their turn here. And then on their upkeep, we'll cast Ancestral, targeting me. Wish they had that Mental Misstep back. Solid punish. And I still have a double force. So I'm good. I'm good here. The game is over. Oath of Druids. I will negate Oath of Druids. I think it's just easier to do that than it is to rely on Containment Priest here. Which I will eventually do, but I think it's better to just use the counter spell. I don't think I'm going to need that Time Walk either. Maybe I could pitch the force instead, but like having actual extra forces seems reasonable. I am not going to go for the extra damage off Bowmaster. I'm going to hold up double Containment Priest with force, just in case a random show and tell gets through somehow here. I don't know how, but it would maybe. I mean, we're playing this maybe not like the most optimal, but an optimal enough is enough for me. We'll play a Bowmaster here. Yes, I lost 1 point of damage. That's okay. But I wanted to hold open my girl. My girl. Talking about my girl. Doo-doo, doo-doo. Okay, I mean, that was not the cleanest game 3 because I had mana problems, right? But you can see the problem I have with the Oath deck apparent here. It just doesn't do anything. You cast your ahead of curve combo element and you hope it works. And that's why I'm not really big on the current builds of Oath right now. If someone can make a much more consistent build of Oath, that would be more interesting to me. But it still has to be powerful. And once you start taking out the powerful elements and playing more consistency, it doesn't feel as powerful. And I don't know. But yeah, Containment Priest, Esper Control. That's the reason that this deck made my life so miserable that one Eternal Weekend. So Containment Priest, good. Voice of Victory, good. Not a bad round 1. Oh, ABR. All right. I haven't got to play against ABR in a while. I got a cat. I got a Lotus. I'm in. No cat from the opponent's side. But I have turn 1. I can ponder, look for some action here. I know what ABR is up to. Usually has some range. Let's get the non-wastelandable basic island in play and cast Ponderino. Negation Bowmaster. I definitely like that. I just don't know if I want to have Negation or Bowmaster. I think I'd rather have Negation. I think it covers more things. And then I can have Bowmaster on the next turn. Or I can cast Lorien Revealed on the next turn realistically here. Let's have to see. I think it's better to have the Negation. Though a lot of the things that you would negate that are bad, Bowmaster is good against as well. Please play turn 1 Lavinia. Do it. Do it. I don't actually want that. Don't do that. Time Walk. That's acceptable. What does this mean, though? Lurrus with no Tundra? Maybe it's the Null Drifter deck. And that's kind of been in fancy. Oh, I'm just going to keep screenshotting these until I... until I run out of anger? No. All right, well, I guess we're not Lorien revealing. Oh, we no! All right, well. I force pitched a... I've been bullied. All right, well, that was bad for me. What was the last card? It was a Tundra. So no real reason to use our Lorien revealed. Hold it. Yeah, I still think this is the Null Rod deck, the Null Drifter deck. Yeah, the Ancestral Time Walk Mox, not good for me. I mean, the Bowmaster would have worked for what it's worth. You have the ETB blocker? No. The Bowmaster would have worked instead of negation because my negation got negated, but I don't even know if that's that good. Ajani. Okay. Not amazing without clamp, but at least it's doing something. Yep. All right, I'm gonna play an Ajani. I'll probably Lorien Revealed for another Tundra, and then we'll see where we're at in life. Really worried about something bad happening, but I don't know what that something bad happening is. Dress down. Okay, so all right, so they chose not to stop the Ajani trigger here so that they could have it at end of turn and play Stiflenoughts, I assume. That does mean that I need to find 2 of my Source of Plowshares or Prismatic Ending. Or not? Stock up to go find them. I'm not super game 1 geared, but I do still have 3 answers in my deck, which is a lot. All right, there is a Stifle. Or there's a Knot. This is the Stifle. Oh, at 2 Dreadnoughts. 2 Dreadnoughts is a lot of Dreadnoughts. And they trample. So, gonna have to find an answer immediately to 1, and then we're still gonna have to find another answer to the other one. And they're gonna have to have no counter magic, so. And that's not helping. Yep. I'm gonna cast this now because I think I need to find an answer now. Is the reason? Get rid of this. Hope this resolves. Find a swords or oh, all right. Well, my opponent resolved an ancestral in this game, so I don't know what I expected, but this thing flips over. Oh god, they can choose a new creature and an artifact. All right. Well, that Cataclysm is not helping. 1, 2, 3. 24. 21. Okay, I'm gonna die no matter what. All right, my bad. All right, I got knotted. My bad. I mean, my opponent just they've resolved the good cards, and the good cards are very good. So the good news is I have lots of answers here. I got swords and seals, and I like Flusterstorms here. Don't really like negations as much. I guess they could definitely be a Wasteland deck. I think we'll go down on the Vamp. And I still think the SKULLCLAMP's actually quite good here. I still want Twister out. Take away the Strip Mine. And one Ajani, maybe? It's a grindy matchup, but they have this like combo element to it. Don't know. I just kept this hand. I felt like I was supposed to keep this hand, but maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. I see Mox. I just snap keep, and maybe I'm just an idiot. But I have a swords. I have a Lurrus. I just need to hit a black sources. Maybe a little greedy. Yeah. Would have been nice to have a turn 1 Bowmaster for this probe, but basic planes. I don't know how many wastelands. Oh, there's a Lotus. And a Force. I mean, if they want to counter this Lurrus, that's fine. Don't think I care that much. If they want to swords the Lurrus, so be it. But it was a free card. I got a 0 for 1. The good news is I can almost cast Lorien Revealed. The bad news is my cards are bad. Oh. How many? Null Drifter, no. Oh no. It's so bad for me. His Annihilator. Alright, I guess I'm just dead. I don't know. They're just going over the top of me? Is that what's happening here? I feel like my hands have been so bad in this game, these two games, though. I mean, my hand wasn't bad in game one. It just wasn't as good as it was in round one, right? Oh, great. Wonderful. Saga Gaming. And another null trip. Why? Why do this? It lines up so well. I would have loved to have Bowmaster in play, but it doesn't even, I mean, it would have worked. The draw spot, the second part works. The first part doesn't work. I don't get the first army, but the second part works. I don't know. My cards are just awkward here. I go classic Justin goes 3 color to make it so 4 color isn't too bad on mana, and then 3 color is also bad on mana. Classic. See. I mean, the problem is this isn't even good. I'll just do it now because I don't think waiting helps me. The problem is I can't even make things that block, and I can't return them because my Lurrus is already dealt with. This is a classic over the top blue-white strategy here. It's actually kind of the same thing I feel about my deck competing. Like, I think this deck would crush Frog Lurrus. It just goes over the top of it. But this deck goes even more over the top. It goes over the top of even me. Oh, they have a Dreadnought off of the Saga because they have double. Okay, all right, well. All right, I mean, it's got to be the best card in my deck. They have I feel like everything is just lined up so well for them. If we were doing this on turn like 1 and 2, I think we'd be okay. But now that we're doing this so late, it doesn't matter. Okay. All right. I mean, I'm not sure I played that very well. I think I was kind of on tilt, but it was very hard for us to ever win from these draws. But yeah, maybe they just went way over the top of us. I like it. All right. So, I mean, continuing on that topic, I actually think it is pretty important. The concept of like going larger, going bigger in the kind of controlling mirror. My opponent's things that were happening there were just way more powerful than ours. They end up with, they end up with a more clunky deck. It's going to be worse against the field theoretically, but it's going to really kick, Lurrus control in the stock sense, the frog deck's butt. And in doing so, my deck, which is, kind of a building on that, you can kind of think of, Lurrus Frog Control and this deck and the deck we played against is all fairly similar decks, but just like one-upping each other in terms of how big they are. And that's a very common concept in like standard and young format mid-range mirrors and stuff. When you're not low enough to the ground, or even when you're low to the ground, if you play like a mono red mirror, you can actually do a lot of the work in the mono red mirror if you go larger post-board. Sometimes people were, used to add lands and get dragons, that kind of thing. So there's always this concept of going bigger, which is not as prevalent in Vintage, right? It's not really a thing that happens in Vintage as much. What is this hand, bro? I'm going to put it away. It's just not a thing that is as prevalent in Vintage. This hand, though, is exactly what we're looking for. I think I would rather just get rid of the Vamp and keep full suite here. But yeah, so it's an interesting thing to think about. But in this case, I do kind of see it that way. My opponent is on a mold of 4. Let's see. I assume that means our Voice of Victory is resolving. Oh, it's Dredge? Oh, it's mono white initiative. Well, I actually have an extra Mox to throw in here, which is kind of nice. I guess it could be Oops All Spells if they mold that deep, but we'll see. Mono white initiative also molds that deep. So I will throw. I want to play a 2-drop on turn 1, so I'm going to throw the Mox into the Chancellor. And then I have to decide which 2-drop I want on turn 1. I think I like voice slightly better. Because I can play Ajani and flip Ajani if I have a ton of mana for some reason, but this like also steals the initiative. Kind of. You don't want to tap that yet. It doesn't have anything on it yet. You don't want to tap that yet. Undo, 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 undo. Right click undo. There you go. All right. Oh, and mana crypt. And Archon. Okay. 1 spell a turn. This thing attacks through an Archon, which is important here. All right. I want to hit my land drop, especially with Archon being annoying. So I'm going to play SKULLCLAMP as my 1 spell here. Oh, they're going to eat the warrior token. It's fine. I can only clamp 1 thing here unless I draw exactly basic. All right. I love a land drop here. Nice. All right. So next turn I have the ability to Ajani and flip and maybe even kill the Archon. Oh my god, if that happens, I'll be so excited. Depends on if they have a 3-drop follow-up here, really. Oh, Witch's Mirror. Do they have a Witch? And do they have 2 Witches kill my SKULLCLAMP? Or do they have a Seasoned Dungeoneer? Seasoned Dungeoneer, huh? They're getting in there. All right. So I attack. They kill off the voice. I have 2 creatures. I play an Ajani. I have 4 creatures. I SKULLCLAMP. I have 3 creatures. I can kill the Seasoned Dungeoneer with an Ajani here. I think killing the Seasoned Dungeoneer is better than killing the Archon. So this is a perfect Ajani voice SKULLCLAMP combination here. All right, so the voice dies. I take the initiative. And then I can SKULLCLAMP some stuff after, I think. Okay. Okay, I am cooking. It's me, the cook. All right, Ajani gets a token. Sack the token. Flip the Ajani. Draw 2 cards. Make a 0. Deal 3. Kill the Seasoned Dungeoneer. And then clamp a warrior token. Okay. Next turn, I can't kill the Archon, though, because I lost my voice. And I also didn't even... This Archon is still bad for me, but they are at 7 now. And if they take back the initiative, I can Forge. And if they don't take back the initiative, the Ajani runs wild. I think that does it. All right, Ajani combination gaming. That was sweet. That was awesome. That was exactly what I was hoping for. Love that for me. All right, let's get these swords in here. Maybe these consigns come in. Maybe they only come in on the draw. Is Daze a card you want in this matchup? Like Delve spells are garbage. Maybe Consign just comes in for negations on the draw, and that's it. Try this. We'll take the 2 Delve spells out for 2 swords. We'll keep these negations as a way to give ourselves a turn, hopefully. Let's try that. That was so cool. Ah, that was exactly how we wanted to draw it up. Oh, I love it. 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 I love when a plan comes together, you know? Except when you get null drifted. That was not good. This hand's worth it, for sure. Let's try it. All right, mulligan to 5. Mono White Initiative has some issues. Mana, mulligans, power sometimes. Mulligan to 5 on the play. What do we got? Pearl, it's a good start. Jet, okay. Cavern? No cavern, but I don't have a forest. No play. Maybe it'll be cavern season engineer. Ajani. Let's see. All right. I like trying to get an Ajani in play here. Man. Maybe I don't. Maybe I just want to have swords, snap swords. Steal the initiative. I guess I can't have swords, snap swords. No, I can. I could have swords, snap swords. Steal the initiative. Let's hold that up, actually. I think it's better. Also have days. I had lots of options there. Strip mine. Okay. I guess I can do snap. I can do brainstorm, snap, brainstorm swords on my turn. I definitely don't want negation days. I'm gonna go underground and see if they strip mine. It's fine. I don't want this basic. I'm gonna fetch it away for a tundra, and then I'll get the basic back. If they want to strip mine, that's fine. No strip mining. All right. Flooded strand, tundra, swords. I don't know why I thought I could like sword snap swords on turn 2. Like how? When are they gonna have enough creatures for me to do that? Very silly of me. All right, get that island. So I have the initiative now. Maybe I was supposed to keep one of the blue cards and then DT for force. But this is fine. I'll just Bowmaster. Oh, hitting my Tundra so I can't have another swords. I mean, I'm going to be really upset if they have a Dungeoneer and I could have dazed it. Alright. Maybe I should have played around that. My bad, I guess. And the good news is I can just keep taking the initiative back. The bad news is I don't actually have a white source demonic for a swords here. Maybe that's a good reason to have a snuff out. I feel like I shouldn't need a snuff out, though. I was kind of thinking about maybe twistering, but obviously I don't have anywhere close to the mana for that. Ponder. You can ponder for... I guess I can't hit both. I wonder if I played this game badly then. Maybe I just needed to fetch double Tundra, but then I couldn't demonic. Feels really bad to do that. These all come in. I take the initiative back. I lose a Bowmaster. I pump up a Snapcaster. I can DT for... What can I even DT for? I mean, I want to play Saga, right? I guess I want to play a Johnny if I hit a white source. All right, I think I'll go. Let's pass Ponder first. Wow. These cards are bad. I think. I guess I could clamp. Clamp means I'm not shuffling, though, and then I'm drawing Negation Lorien, which seems horrible. I think these cards are just bad. Like, even if I get Lorien, it means I just don't even play another spell this turn, right? I guess the next turn I can. I guess I did that by... I used my black source. So I'm never playing another spell this turn anyways. So in that case, I might as well Skull Clamp. Yeah, I don't know. I think I've made that play very poorly. I'm supposed to throw something in here, right? To the meat grinder to advance my forge. All right, they're gonna go for the damage side. I will forge onto... Maybe I'm supposed to just scry those 2 cards away, and then I wouldn't have to draw them. Justin is not thinking through his ideas. All right. I just need 1 removal spell, though, right? What did they do on their top bottom here? Actually, it's very important. They went bottom bottom. Okay. I mean, I'm racing, right? Because I'm trapping, or am I not racing? I have demonic time walk next turn, though, right? So that's got to be good enough. Hopefully. I kind of hate how I played this game. I'm not taking a lot of time. I should take more time. One card left in my opponent's hand. It looks like he missed. Demonicking for a time walk does mean we're not demonicking for a twister, but I also don't have a 1/1 anymore, so it's not that good. If I want to make a construct, then I can't swords here. But I could just get a... I think I just hold my demonic. Let's just Lorien revealed for a white source. Play a Tundra, swords this thing, and take the initiative back. There's a lot of choices I could have made differently here. For sure. Definitely not convinced I made even close to the best choice. Maybe like a medium choice. What'd you draw? Drew a Anointed Peacekeeper. Sure. Probably... I don't know. I don't know what you name here. It looks bad no matter what you name. I don't have Lotus to get, which is kind of annoying, but... Definitely getting mana. Maybe you have to just name Demonic so you don't get twisted here. Probably just going to make constructs, though. A second Skull Clamp and a Strip Mine. Yeah, I kind of like just making a construct. And I'll go get another Jet Pearl, Jet Pearl, Jet Pearl. Probably Pearl. I'm not casting Demonic this turn. And then I will play an island and play a Skull Clamp and attack. Shouldn't have played a Skull Clamp because I'm not attacking with this thing. So that was bad. I don't know. I'm just like taking actions at random, man. Why am I taking actions at random? I don't know. It's fine. I can't lose. I'm sorry, chat. I'm just like taking the first action that comes to my brain, putting no additional thought into it whatsoever. Why? Is it because I think the game is downtime? Like the game's not. I mean, the game is downtime. It is garbage time. I should not like tune out when it's garbage time though, because that's how you lose garbage time. But I do think this matchup should be extremely good, and it did look very good from what we got going on here. All right, so far so good. I will focus up. I will slow down. This is a problem I actually have in both streams and everywhere really. When I don't play on stream and I play leagues, I have a very hard time slowing down and focusing and playing my game and like thinking through my choices. I don't like when I play a high stakes event off stream. I don't feel like I have that problem. I feel like I play nice and slow, or even in paper. When I play on stream, it's a little bit better. But if you watch the stream, you know I have some serious blunders in the last few weeks where I just like make a play and didn't think it through. It's always an urge to try to make fast plays so I keep the content good, but that's not it entirely either. I think there's also just like an attention and a focus issue. These are not excuses. These are just why I think these things are happening and things I can pinpoint to like try to improve on. Yeah, something to think about. You have a huge timer on MTGO and should definitely use it more efficiently. This hand is probably bait, but I'm gonna keep it anyways. I want to see how it plays out. A Mox would make this hand spectacular. I guess a Mox Force, maybe. Yeah, let's just sculpt the perfect hand. No Lurrus today, huh? This is my 4th match of no Lurrus. Island, Ruby, Soul Ring. No Soul Rings. That's illegal. No Soul Rings. I'm gonna strip mine this basic like I'm a devil. I am the thing I hate. Strip mine basic. Gotcha. Get wrecked. Hopefully I don't have any follow-up. No islands. No nothing. GG. Thanks for playing. No. Oh, a Manamo. Uh-oh. I mean, it's Jewel. Must mean it's Jewel. I don't have a Force right now. That's not good. I really wanted to draw Mox there so I could at least play a Bowmaster for my opponent who goes Workshop the One Ring. I guess they would have done that last turn. So I guess we're safe from that. This seems like a game. Ooh. Seems like a game that we could Oh, they have the Tinka? They have the Tinka. All right. I was gonna say this seems like a game we could theoretically win. If we had drawn a Mox here, a Tinker would a Bowmaster would be so good against Jewel. Damn. Because it would have really threatened to win. Yeah. Looks like we're just a Mox behind in this game. I guess if we draw a Lotus, we could go Bowmaster Time Walk. Kind of has to be a Force or something similar. It's neither. It's neither. I think I'm gonna have to Time Walk first, just to see if I can find a Force. I mean, if they have a Force for my Time Walk, then I'm just dead. It's fine. What is this? They're gonna sink it? I'm dead. Yeah, this entire game was basically just I needed a Force or I needed a Mox, and I didn't have either. Because now my opponent's just going to go off with Jewel. Sering? Oh, no, this is a PO. For 1? Oh, no, it's another Jewel. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess I could have waited and played a Bowmaster on their turn. I guess that would have worked against exactly Jewel. Yeah, maybe I could have done that. I don't know. It felt like it was better chance for me if I just played a Time Walk to give myself another draw. I'm gonna concede. Yeah. I don't know. I do know this has not been a very good set of decks to play Ajani against, besides the mono white deck. All right. I need to win the die roll 1. I have a null rod that we can tutor for as well, so that's nice. I've got a lot of solid answers here. Definitely just don't care about Ajani. And then I'm gonna leave in some amount of swords to answer our creature plan. I guess a Voice of Victory. I don't want getting copied. Do I want to just take out all of my Voice of Victory and play full control? Just get more blue cards in there, even though Flusterstorm's not very good against my opponent? I think the answer to that question is yes. This just gives me the highest chance of having the Force that I need on turn 1.5 to counter their broken play. I mean, we strip mined and soul ring them. We strip mined and mental misstep soul ring, and then still got jeweled on turn 3. Sag. Wait, no, on turn 2? Whatever it was bad for us. Skull Clamp, Time Walk, Lotus, Swords, hand 6. No Rod. Like that. No force in this hand, though. I think I'd rather put back the Twister. Much farther from the Twister. Man. I guess I didn't play around Sync into Hardcast Jewel, right? Even then, though, like, a Bowmaster doesn't actually beat a Jewel combo there. They just metamorph the Bowmaster at some point, killing it, blocking. It doesn't actually win is the problem. You need, like, Bowmaster and a Force to counter us payoff and then attack, right? So it's not like I was missing out on a whole lot by the play I made. Negation, interesting. Workshop, Sapphire. This is a keep? Well, it's gonna counter my Null Rod, so I guess it's good. Really? This is a keep? Alright. I'm not dazing a Sapphire, so I guess it's Saga Gaming. I feel kind of shitty about this, but I don't think I'm gonna Lorien Revealed. I do want to just fetch though. Oh, there's Force backup. All right, well that's good. That's gonna probably win the game. That was a very lucky draw though. This will turn off their Saga unless they draw a tomb, an ancient tomb. Do I want to keep a Daze in my back pocket here? In case they slam a ring? I guess a ring won't matter. I mean, they should just negate it. What are they held up about? They've drawn a different blue card. They're thinking about pitching a different one. No. I'm gonna just get rid of the Daze. I think I'd rather have the lands to try to get a Lurrus going. All right, we'll see if this Null Rod's good enough. That was a really strong draw, though. I like Snap. Probe. Maybe I should have just I should just Lorien revealed first. Here we go. I'm just casting spells, man. There's no reason not to Lorien revealed first here, unless I want to try to hold Lorien revealed. Maybe that's worth it. Sorry. I'm trying to focus. I swear. I mean, the good thing is I'm always aware of like the problem with the play I made. So it's always still educational. We can always still find the right line. But I would love to make the right line before talking about the right line. Wait, no. I'd like to make the right line before I'd like to talk about the right line before making the right line. That would be great. Wait, where did this academy come from? The probe? Oh my, how is this possible? How is it possible? Oh, they had drawn another negation, so they were trying to think if they wanted to keep sync. Wait, they should have kept sync then. Jeez. All right, well. Cruise. This time, didn't really matter. Okay. Jeez, sorry about that. All right, we're back. The nice part is I actually have a Masticore covered with the swords. They don't have hardcast negation yet. Wait, maybe they actually have a second workshop? I don't know if I cleared it before I probed or not. Oh, they forced that. Interesting. Works for me. Probably just draw 3. Feel like they shouldn't have waited on their negation here, but that's okay. I guess I could have demonics for strip mine here. That would have been better. God, Justin! 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 It's okay, I'll treasure cruise into strip mine, right? Surely. Ah, I drew I drew force mox. Oh, okay. My bad. How? Okay, stop. Sit up in the chair. Lock that bad boy in. All right, I have force back up now. I don't think I can lose. Oh, I strip mine. Here it is. Boom. I strip mine your Tolarian Academy. Now you can't cast bounce spells. I have a force. I have a sword. I attack you 8 times with my Snapcaster Mage, and you die. Oh, jeez. We're back. It's all good. The classic Pearl Lotus draw with my Null Rod. And this is so very... Ooh, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Nope. They drew a lot of Sink into Stupors. If I wasn't careful there, I could have died. And I wasn't careful, so I should be very thankful that I didn't just randomly lose that game. Because Tolarian Academy is the way that Jewel gets out of... Tolarian Academy and Urza Saga are the ways that Jewel gets out of this. Oh, man. This is pretty hard to pass up, considering I have the Brainstorm fetch land on turn 1. Yeah, obviously, I'm going to get hit by a turn 1 play by my opponent, but they did mulligan their 7. It's hard for me to pass this hand up. I know it doesn't have a force in it, but... I mean, Brainstorm Sapphire fetch is so strong, right? Saga Gaming. And Vexing Popple. Alright. My bad. I was a fool. I need a consign to memory, huh? If they have an Ancient Tomb here, we're in trouble for sure. Oh, it's just Saga Gaming. If there were 4 sagas, I could play around this by playing anti-saga cards, but there are not. There's just one. Wait, what? They're not gonna. Oh, I see. This is so greedy by my opponent. If I have a consign to memory here and consign this Grim Monolith, it's so bad for them. But all right. Crazy. I have to beat some 5/5s here, and I don't think we are going to. Wait, what? Key? What if I have misstep? I don't like these plays. I think these plays are extremely greedy. Ah. Just make the construct now so you can like untap. All right, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. You got it. Whatever you want. I think I'm gonna die to it. Swords Twister. I get to pick one card to put back. I guess it's Twister. I guess it could have been Mox. But Mox might come in handy if they crack this at some point. I'm so dead. Good lord, I'm so dead. I have sword snap swords, I guess. So I guess I'm not dead. Oh, well, the tables have turned. I need to... I want them to invest into another construct before I swords. All right. I guess I should have played SKULLCLAMP then. What am I doing? Not playing SKULLCLAMP here. Gets me nothing. I lose a mana and tempo. I can just kill both of these with sword snap swords, and I actually am fine. So I mean, I'm not exactly fine. They have uncounterable ability to play good cards, and I don't have anything good. It's not fine, but like I guess theoretically I have things that are good. I don't know. I'm gonna die. What could I have done? Not kept my hand. Then I just have to have a force for the bobble. Found a strip mine. Would have been pretty good. Consign is going to be great if I can find consign. If I draw consign, I probably don't even sword snap swords this, so I can have consign snap consign. And then we focus on using our dig through time. They're deep in the tank. I don't know why. What would make you deep in the tank here? You drew a ring or a something like that? I guess if they drew... I mean, anything here can let you untap Monolith and play anything, right? Just get a Soul Ring. I mean, if they want a blue mana, they get a Sapphire. I guess that's probably what it is, right? Do they want a Sapphire? Do they want a permanent mana source? Do they want a Lotus? That would make a lot of sense to be... Okay, so they went for Lotus, and they have Ancient Tomb, and what's their payoff? No payoff? Interesting. Maybe they're holding up Sync. Cruise your daddy. Okay. I'm gonna... If I fetch, do I have enough to play Dig? I don't. So I guess I will... Well, I'm not gonna snap Brainstorm ever now. So, I mean, I could still snap Brainstorm. I guess I'll just play that. Oh, I could throw the Sapphire in. Ah, I realized it right after. Are they gonna crack the bobble? No. I realized it right after. I could throw the Sapphire in, and then I could hold up Dig through time. With my fetch. 5 cards in yard, yeah. I can wait on this. Maybe it strikes fear in the hearts of hardcast negations. Metamorph. All right, well, that's a great little opportunity here to... I baited this out. Now they have to probably get another bobble and make it a draw spell. That actually worked out really well. I took the 5 damage, and in exchange, I deal with the construct problem in its entirety here. Oh, they have a hard cast force? Shit. I should have expected this. Because they got the Lotus. Wow. I see. That is... Oh, hardcast trap. That's even worse for me, because now I don't get to use it for dig through time. Okay. They get to untap the monolith. They get a second construct token. I am so dead. 1 Urza Saga, 1 Ancient Tomb, and a Dream. I draw the Consigned to Memory after all of this. Classic. Okay, all right. How do I get out of this scenario? I definitely get this countered. Wow, that was bad. That was very bad. I found the other swords. Have I already played a land, so I can't hold up Consign on this turn? I'm definitely taking a swords. And then I guess I will take... Needle? Just 3 turns at the moment. I think I have to take Needle and name Key, right? I can buy Lurrus. That'll give me some time as well. Looks like they're dead set on keeping the bobble, so... I have to dodge a payoff here, a ring or a metamorph or something like that. They're cracking the bobble? Be pretty upset. It's very risky for them to crack the bobble. I could easily have all forces in my hand. feel like my draws are haunting me. I don't have any more swords in my deck, right? I've used all 3 of my swords. Or all 2 of my swords. I do have a prismatic ending, though. And a seal, I assume? Oh, what did I just do? Yeah. I still have another answer to this construct. All right, they're not cracking. Force. Right, I kind of need them to crack and hold and cast a spell so that I can get cards in my yard to cruise here. The good news is I turned off Manifold Key, though, so I don't die here. Yep, Vexing Bobble. Could try. Oh, maybe I should have countered the triggered ability. Justin! To get a card in the yard? It feels kind of greedy. Lorien revealed. Lorien revealed. Get another land. 4 cards. Cruise. I have to cruise, right? Oh, I'm just dead, right? Because I can crack Bobble and I can't force anyways. I'm just going to die. Oh, I needed to. I actually needed to use my Consign to counter the ability of Vexing Bobble there to put a card in the yard so that I would have mana open here. Oh, wait, they went down a card here. So I'm not dead anymore. They went down a damage. Okay, so I can still cast Force. Okay. The game is live because my opponent has given me another opportunity. Wow. I need a creature. That's a great creature. It's a beautiful creature. I love that creature. I'm gonna hold everything up. I'm gonna block with the Bullmaster so they can't metamorph it, I think. Wow. Okay. I don't think I should win this game, but that's okay. Sometimes that happens. I think it's definitely correct to get rid of the Bowmaster so I can't get metamorphed here. Now I have constructs. I'm definitely never fetching. Can I make a construct and cast Lorien Revealed? No. I could play a SKULLCLAMP and equip the SKULLCLAMP to my construct. In case they have removal, I'll just leave this back. I guess they could copy the SKULLCLAMP and put the SKULLCLAMP on the construct. I don't know. Okay. Focus. This game is totally winnable now. For some reason, this game is totally winnable. Jeez. Now I have constructs like crazy. More SKULLCLAMPs or more mana? More mana. Do I want Lotus or do I want actual mana? I want actual mana. If Lotus lets me cast Lorien Revealed right now and still hold up Consign, though. I mean, I could just clamp the tokens if I want to draw cards, though. I think I attack. I have 1 fetchable land left in my deck. I can't fetch. Oh, I could fetch with Lorien, I guess. All right, I think I'm going to do this. Because I do have creatures in my deck. Boom. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I won't even equip the SKULLCLAMP here. Okay, I have Force, I have Daze, I have Consign. Looks like this game is won. Do I play Bowmaster? I guess at this point I can play Bowmaster. My opponent must have drawn pretty badly here, but maybe they drew like a bunch of forces and they wanted to unlock them with Bauble. I'm not really sure exactly what happened in this game. I'd have to go back and look, but I feel like something went terribly wrong. Force Time Walk. I mean, they have no blue sources still on turn 11 because it's Jewel. Man, I don't think I'm supposed to win this game. I played really badly too. That didn't help. Equip. And in the end, the constructs won, but just not the opponent's constructs. Get wrecked. All right, I'm just going to hold up all my counters and proceed to the next round. I don't feel like I won this game. Don't know what happened exactly, but... Mystic Forge. I will cast this with a Replicate for 1. I got a lot of counters where that came from, so... Yeah. I have to go back and look at this game because I think I made a mistake at some point. I can't remember now where it was. But there's no way my opponent made the correct choice either, right? I don't know. It's hard to say without their hand. It's hard to know. Like, maybe they just have to crack the Bauble at some point. But if they just attack before cracking the Bauble, it means I can't force... I mean, that might not matter for what it's worth. Like, I didn't ever end up using the force, but... I mean, at the very least, attack first before... Should we go back and look? I feel like it's probably worth it to go back and look. Let's go back and look. It doesn't hurt, right? In fact, it probably helps. Let's go back and check out Ajani 4. Let's see. Because I definitely was upset with myself at multiple points. Oh, it's because I missed the consign, right? That was what I was upset about. Let's go look. Let's go look. So here, this game was just a nightmare. So it leads off on, should I have kept this hand? And I think the answer is yes. I mean, this hand has Sapphire Brainstorm. We can go real hard functioning, but this Bauble really threw everything off. I think I have to use the Brainstorm because it's just mana. I guess I don't have to use the Brainstorm. Well, if I want to... I was thinking I wanted to use my mana efficiently. Maybe not playing the SKULLCLAMP paid out because my opponent couldn't metamorph it. Because if I had done it on my turn, I would have drawn 1, and then I would have been able to put 2 back. This could have just been wrong from the start. So, like, there's a push and pull of... In Vintage, unlike Legacy, your Brainstorm a lot of times has to be used unoptimally in terms of, like, highest value Brainstorm because you need to use your mana. And that might still be true for what it's worth. Like, maybe I still want to be able to play 2 spells next turn or play a 2-drop spell next turn. But if I had held it on this next turn here, I would have at least had... I would have 1 more card to work with, and I could have put 2 cards back. Maybe I'm just supposed to put back the Sapphire because of the Bauble, but, like, holding the Sapphire so that, like, after they crack the Bauble, I can still, like, play it and get ahead on mana is still pretty good. I'm not sure. At some point, I ran out of lands here, right? Oh, I got rid of the Twister, and the Twister was never really good in this spot. Like, we can see if there's any spot where the Sapphire is better than the Twister, but throwing the Sapphire into it to make a Delve is actually really good. This part, I probably was supposed to play the Clamp just because I'm using my mana the most efficiently. But it also would have given them access to Clamp. I don't know if Clamp would have really mattered for them because I'm not really killing their creatures. I guess it wouldn't have mattered. So probably just supposed to play Clamp there. So there's another problem. Of course, I draw both Delve spells. Stock up would have been a lot better. I still like holding my fetch here. And then I like waiting. Taking the 5 seems good. And then they play the Metamorph, so I can snap Swords this, and they can... I can snap Swords this, and then they wouldn't have a thing to copy. That's really good. So that actually, I liked that. They had the Hardcast Force, so now I'm just dealing with 2 constructs. And I draw Consign. Here, I absolutely messed up I'm supposed to play the Sapphire, and the fetch land puts 5 cards in my yard and 4 things, so I can still cast Dig Through Time or Cruise. What did I choose to do instead? Oh, I did that. Okay. I went for Dig, which makes sense. And then I immediately drew Swords. And I have the Swords or I take too much damage. Did I have an option at any point to get another card in my yard? I mean, the Sapphire's a lot better than a Twister at this spot. So, okay. I mean, this is fine. This is fine. I'm okay with this. And I take the Needle so I don't die to Manifold Key unblockable. That's why I took the Needle, which I think makes sense. And then my opponent thought about cracking, but then didn't. I just took the 5 and went to 8. And I play the Needle on the key, and then I buy the Lurrus. I have to buy the Lurrus so I don't die in the future here. So this is their 1-turn window to resolve something when I can't consign it. So they could crack here. They could attack and crack here. This is where they thought maybe not. I play Lurrus. So here is the spot where I thought maybe I was supposed to counter the Jet. I can't seem to get it to play through. But if I counter this trigger on this spot, I lose out on a consign, but I get 1 additional card in the yard for Cruise. They get a Jet, which makes this a 6/6 though. So I have to think about this with the idea that my opponent has a 6/6 in mind from this spot. So that actually is really important because it means that I'm going to die to it on the next attack. Okay, so maybe I'm not allowed to consign here. Clearly, all these things that I was thinking about. I still am able to Cruise, but I use all my mana. Yeah. So if I had consigned, this would have been a 6/6 and I would have died. So I guess I could not have done that. So I stumbled into the right play without thinking through all the options. Here, they definitely are not supposed to crack first. If they have the only card in their hand seems like it's a force or something. Don't crack first. Put me to 1 to turn off my Force of Will, and then cracking has no problem. And the only thing that you can get force is the negation, or like only you can get countered is via negation. It looks like they cracked and they missed, so they have all counters in their hand. And at this point, I have a Bowmaster, but they don't have a Force of Will. They must have like a negation, right? Even if they did, I have Force backup now, though, because they missed that 1 point of damage. That 1 point of damage is extremely relevant. It didn't actually make themselves relevant in this game, but it should have been relevant. Because if they had 1 more point of damage, I can't have Force backup for Bowmaster. And if they actually do have a Force, then they can counter this Bowmaster, right? I should probably... I guess I'm not scared of a Force because I have my own Force. I might be... Well, I can't resolve this at sorcery speed because then I get metamorphed. So I did this, and I blocked with this so I didn't get metamorphed, which I think makes sense because I can't counter a metamorph with a consign. Metamorph is actually one of the more annoying cards because I have to force it. But like all of the other artifact payoffs, I can just consign from here. I have a million consigns, and I win the game from there. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was, because if I had consigned the triggered ability, I would have died to a 6/6. Okay. Okay, that's very cool. Very cool. Very interesting. Weird game, though. Weird game. Okay, here we go with the 5th and final round of this league. I've been very happy this league, honestly. I don't think I played very well, but that doesn't really matter, right? That's some nice victories. Our deck is doing what it set out to do. We haven't really faced any Lurrus control, so our Ajani's haven't really come out to shine, except for the one matchup against Mono White where we used the Ajani to kill the Seasoned Engineer. That was pretty sweet. And we just that one routing by the Stiflenought player. Let's see what we can do in our 5th and final round here. 4-1 would be pretty sweet. Another, oh, here we go, a Lurrus Gamer. Now, is it control Lurrus or combo Lurrus? That's a big question mark these days. If it's control Lurrus, I think this hand is fine. If it's combo Lurrus, this hand's a little sus. But I have the SKULLCLAMP and the Ajani, 3 lands-ish. I don't hate this hand. Under City Sewers doesn't tell us anything yet, but probably... Okay, Wasteland definitely leans towards control. Putting Wasteland down is kind of interesting. Wasteland's quite good here. Ooh, that is a great draw. That is a fantastic draw. I think we bait the days with the Emerald, though, because I'm playing a 2-drop on this turn. I'm not going to play around anything here. Definitely just going to jam this Ajani in there. Make them have a removal spell for it right away. I guess not technically true, but the Skull Clamp will be able to play around Spell Pierce, will be pretty nice. So if they wasteland me, they're super far behind, so I really like the spot. The Mox is a great draw, but I mean, that's why I have it in the deck. Like, Emerald is not particularly good in this deck. You know, Emerald and Ruby off-color Mox in, they don't do anything besides pay for colorless costs, but we have a lot of 2-drops that we want to play on turn 1, and so I think it's mostly good deck building. Wow, they went for Brainstorm into Wasteland. They need to have a force for this Skull Clamp. No force is real bad for them. Oh, wow. I actually could go Time Walk if I want to. Now I have choices, huh? Because now I could Lorien Revealed into a Time Walk. Is it better? I mean, it's better after I clamp for sure. Let's just go Saga to play around Days. And then clamp. See if they've got a negation for this. Oh, they have Mental Misstep for it. Wow. Alright, well, I'm going to play Mox and cast Demonic then. So Time Walk is already crazy here. I mean, everything is so good here. I could get another Skull Clamp, but I think that's what I want to get off the Saga. Don't know if they have a third Wasteland. Just get Ancestral. If they have a Wasteland, then Ancestral is great. If they have no Wasteland, I don't feel like it's the best. Could just get my own Strip Mine. But it's kind of bad if they Wasteland me. I get my Strip Mine, I Wasteland them. I guess I'm still attacking for 3 every turn. I could get another Ajani, which will make me flip my Ajani. Wow, I don't know. These are really all compelling choices to me. I'm going to get Ancestral Recall. When in doubt, right? Saga Gaming. Well, I should have got Strip Mine. Now I don't need to search, which is nice. Actually, lets me play Ancestral and have Saga open. They could play a Bowmaster here and shoot and block, but then I at least get to resolve my Ancestral. Alright, let's go to your upkeep then. Oh, they have a Bowmaster. Okay, well, I'm going to cast Ancestral in response. Negation. Alright, well, negation and Spell Pierce. Alright. So if they shoot this, it flips into a 3 and they can't kill it. So they probably just shoot me. But I still have Constructs coming here. And I have a Time Walk in the back pocket. I guess I could get Twisted here. That'd be pretty bad. Not much I can do about that. Besides having gone for Strip Mine. No follow-up land? Interesting. Well, I'm definitely making Constructs. I can tell you that much. I'm just going to get... Oh, I should not have made Constructs. Justin! I mean, like, I could get Clamp here is what I'm trying to say. But maybe Clamp is not even good with a Bowmaster in play. I'm just going to get Sapphire. Pearl. It's my white source, yeah. I get Pearl as a white source. Lets me play Time Walk. And I have all this stuff, yeah. I'm just going to swing all. And then Time Walk. And then swing all. And see if it's good enough. Another Bowmaster. So that makes a 2/2. This is probably just worth forcing. They have force backup. All right, well, they're out of things. So this means they can... I mean, they're definitely going to kill off something. They're just going to go me, and then they're going to kill Ajani, and then they're going to take... maybe block and take 5. Okay, no. 2 Bowmasters. I mean, this still looks really good for me. Because I held this time walk back. Okay. I mean, this isn't lost by their point, right? They can do a block here on a trade and chump chump. I mean, it's probably lost, but... I wonder if I played that game correctly. Demonic? I was thinking Demonic Strip Mine was a possibility there, but I feel like Ancestral was pretty good. It made them not do the block because they wanted to play around Ancestral. They probably should have just gone for the Ancestral, for the Bowmaster, and shot and killed the Ajani the first turn. This is definitely an example of why you need to play Bowmasters if you want to play SKULLCLAMP, because I need to Bowmaster their Bowmaster to even have any chance there of using SKULLCLAMP. Though I did get Mental Misstep on it, so we're gonna bring in the swords. These are great. These Flusterstorms are great, and these lanterns could be pretty reasonable. Depends on if they bring in Null Rod or not. I hate Negation in this matchup, though, and I don't like Vampiric in this matchup, and I don't like Twister in this matchup. I like everything else. I think maybe Days on the Draw is a little bad, though. So we'll take out Days on the Draw. Maybe Days on the Play might be a little bad, too. And then maybe I'll just bring in 1 Lantern as a tool. Don't want to heavily index into these. I could see 2 Lanterns being correct, though. This is kind of the matchup I'm hoping for, though. I've been looking at decks to try to beat Lurrus, Esper Lurrus Frog, and this seems like one of the ones that would work. So, interesting hand. I guess I could always Bowmaster my own cat to flip my Ajani. I don't think I've ever done that in my life, but it's something that you can do. If I get like a Voice of Victory in play. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Lotus. And then I'm going to crack for white and play Voice. See if it draws a force. If it doesn't draw a force, then everything is resolving. Drew a force. Okay. Stock up. Okay. I'm gonna have to get basic island here, unfortunately, because I don't want to get wastelanded out of this game. And here's a Johnny follow-up. Looks like a fetch. Could be Undersea Sewers. Oh, looks like a swords. Okay, Johnny was dealt with. I only have 3 cards left. I have 4 cards left. I have a dude still in play, though, which is nice. But if they go like land frog, it's not great for me. I mean, a Bowmaster here. Kill my thing. Frog. All right. They know my whole hand. So if they want to pitch 2 cards to the frog to kill my warrior token, am I willing to do that? I think so. Maybe I should have held back the Flooded Strand. I'd rather just play this now. I guess it plays into their bow. I mean, the Bowmaster's bow gonna kill me no matter what, so. Two cards in hand, 3 mana, a Bowmaster of their own. Then they hop the frog. Then I Bowmaster their Bowmaster. Hoping it resolves. Hope they don't have more counter spells. Oh, you can land. Be nice. Sorry, Bowmaster. Bowmaster your Bowmaster. Attack for my army. Tempo. All right, all right, all right. Now what? 3 cards in my opponent's hand. I've just been behind. Even though I had a Lotus, actually, I'm behind. I guess because I got 4 swords on turn 1. I drew a Lavinia. Okay, Lavinia's fine. One card in their hand, no attack, draw. If they have a Bowmaster, it's pretty bad, but I think that's part of the game here. If they had a Bowmaster, they probably would have just shot the Bowmaster and attacked, though. Lorien Mox. I can't dig through time through Lavinia. So the question is, do I want to just take a Lorien so that I can make sure I have a land on the next turn here? Probably. So I do need to get Lurrus going and returning Bowmasters before they get Lurrus going and returning Bowmasters. But I actually am behind on that, so that might just not be possible. Actually, I might need to find a removal spell right away for that Lurrus. Maybe I should have just bought Bowmaster this turn. No, I didn't, right? I Lorien revealed for it. I didn't have a choice. My opponent could fly if they wanted to, but then they would trigger Bowmaster. White. For sure it's white. I'd love to dig through time here, but this Lavinia is stopping me. Another Bowmaster. Interesting. So just full attack and see what happens. I guess, I mean, they could just pitch a bajillion cards to this frog. They would have to pitch 2 cards to save the frog if the frog attacked the army token, because I could shoot it and grow it, which would be a total of 4 damage. They'd have to pitch their whole hand, including Lurrus. I mean, they're just probably not going to do that. They also can rebuy something with Lurrus. I think I am supposed to... I guess they could pitch 2 cards. All right, I'll just attack with just the army token then. They're at 9. If they have Lurrus returning a Bowmaster, then I could still theoretically get them. Yeah. So if they go Lurrus, Bowmaster, kill my Bowmaster, attack frog, trigger frog, I can kill Lurrus with another Bowmaster. I don't have Flusterstorm back up. All right. So this is actually really good bait for me. I can deal with their Lurrus once and for all if they attack with frog here. They read the play. They read the play. All right. Demonic Tutor. Oh, I have to do that. It's just got to be swords, the Lurrus. Okay. I'm going to get hit by a frog here, but it's definitely worth it. Wow, they hit my black source for the Bowmaster. I mean, they have me on read, right? Or they have me red. Oh, brutal. Is this dig? I'm just gain flying. Oh boy. What a mess. This game has been a mess. I'll just block here is fine. Another, oh, yeah, I mean, it's bad. It's really bad. This is another frog, or it's a time walker, right? Well, that's at least a Flusterstorm target here. All right. I am gonna have to hit a black source right away. I hit the black source right away. Better to just get in. I guess it's not better to get in because I could have a blocking army. No, it's better to get in. Slurrus, this Lavinia has been unbelievable. Ugh, they have another answer. I think we're out of gas here, sadly. Oh wait, I guess we have Lurrus still, but we just keep getting wastelanded out of the game. I mean, we have a Lurrus, but we just are so far behind a Voice of Victory. I think it's better to buy a Lurrus. I mean, I can't even return anything though immediately, so let's just play a Voice of Victory, I guess. I mean, they are at low life, but they're drawing an extra card every turn. Just a Wasteland diff. This does block Lavinia, though. It would mean my spells are uncountable on my turn, but I just can't cast my spell because Lavinia means I can't cast an 8-drop. What a game. Oh, they flew anyways. Interesting. Lotus. Probe. They're done? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't think they're... Are they losing from here? They're at 5. I guess this is an attack for 6. They block here. Oh, they have to chump block, and then I'm unlocked. Oh. All right, Voice of Victory. Okay, I love it. Okay, I am in. I am loving that. 4-1. This deck is pretty sweet. I actually think I'm pretty impressed by what's happening here. Yeah, a solid 4-1. We lost to the Stiflenought that went way over the top of us, but besides that, everything was functioning. Highly synergistic on all cylinders. Full Moxen worked out really well. SKULLCLAMP worked out really well. Bowmaster was absolutely key in making this deck better. Ajani was still fine. It wasn't like a haymaker or anything. It bored out in a couple matchups where it wasn't very good, but Voice of Victory was very good. Twister never came up, really. Removal Suite looked good. Mana Base looked okay. I think I still want this many fetchables, especially when you have Lorien revealed, so I think that makes sense. Just sometimes it was still kind of finicky. Lorians looked good. Delve spells look kind of medium, but I don't know. Delve spells have always looked kind of medium. We don't have like a full cantrip suite or anything. I do think you need the Ponders in here, not really because you need Ponder, but more just you need blue cards, and then I think you just need to fit them. Look at all these non-blue cards. So many non-blue cards. You just have to have all the blue cards you can possibly fit. Sideboard looked good. 3 Containment Priests came up clutch. I'm in. This looked good. At least this feels a little more fun to me than a normal Frog deck. I don't know if this is better. It's also a lot of cards that I do not own. I guess Infinite Proxy helps there, but having all of your main cards in the deck be proxy is not ideal. But yeah, this is a cool deck. If you are a control enjoyer that wants a little more spice in your life, maybe something around this would be interesting for you. SKULLCLAMP 2025. You heard it here first. More content like this one every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.